In this video, I am trying to create my second colorway for my pattern collection. I usually need to submit 3 unique colorways regardless of the background color. So which means for me changing the colors of the flowers. So that's what I'm going to do with this watercolor floral. And the first thing I want to do is I want to go to my symbols, and I think on this one, if I change this to bright colored flowers, I think that's probably sufficient to create a new colorway. And I want to create, this one is more like a fall color, so I want to create something more springy. So I want to create something more on the pink side. So first make sure I find the right symbol, go over to my selection tool, make sure I'm inside the symbol itself so that I can modify the color. So I found the symbol, and here this is the symbol that I want to modify. So to change the color, what I usually do is I'm within that symbol, I go into my pixel persona, and then I use the selection tool within the symbol. I'm still in that layer. I select my flower carefully as I can, the 2 flowers that I want to recolor, or you can recolor many other ways. So I'm just going straight into the most difficult one and then I'll show you all the other easier ways to recolor your patterns. But I love this way because it gives me unique designs, right? So I'll try to be as close as I can to make sure that I get everything that I need. Okay, now I have my selection. I'm going to add a new layer. In my new layer, then I'm going to go into my swatches and pick a color that it's a lovely color. I should have separated my design and my color palette already, but I haven't. But I have an idea of a color that I want to use to make it a little bit more pinkish. So I'm going into this color here, and then pick your flat little bucket tool, and then it's going in the new layer. Make sure you're in the new layer, and then you fill that up. See, I didn't make a very good selection there. We can fix that later. It's not very critical right now. So that's the first thing I want to do. Now that I'm done, I hit escape. Look at that selection. I want to change these to a different first of all, I want to make sure that I'm masking, so I'm only selecting those specific under that. So I put it under the background, and the good thing that this is already a symbol, so you can see here that the symbol in everywhere that I have those flowers, it's getting changed, so then it's fantastic. Now what I want to do is usually my favorites, then I just play a little bit with this layer, but usually my favorites are either screen, lighten, I don't like it very much. I like screen, kind of, that's crazy. Okay, this doesn't look too bad, overlay. Well, you can play with these, or you can also play, let's say maybe I want, instead of a purple color, I want to use maybe a yellow color. Yellow is pretty as well, so just go there and click my bucket tool, and it changed everything. So I'll do control click on my layer, so I only have the selection, and then fill it in yellow, and then maybe, let's see, lighten screen. Sometimes this a little bit too much. If I use the screen, then I can come back here and use my hue, saturation, and lightness. I can reduce the lightness a little bit, and then I have yellow flowers instead of those orange flowers. I can keep playing a little bit if I wanted a little bit more saturated, or even if I want just a little bit different color, but I kind of like that original one, so I'm just gonna go back to 0 here. No, actually maybe, let's see, don't like that. Okay, this is a different orange. Okay, one thing that I can do here now that I still have the selection is, if you like that center, you can keep the center like that. Actually, I'm just going to go back to the silver because I kind of like this color. And then now what I can do, I've changed it. Now I want to reveal the center, so I'm going to go back to my layer and select my pixel layer, and I'm going to add this mask layer. And you know, black conceals, right? So black conceals, white reveals, black conceals. So I go to my brush tool, and then I just pick black to conceal, because I want to conceal that specific yellow in this here, so I can keep my center, the orangey brownish color that I had originally. And maybe this brush is not the best, but to clean that up, but I grab my center now. It's a little bit of orange there. You can fix it a little bit. You know, I need a different brush that is a little bit more opaque, but I can open up a little bit of the center here, so I can have a little bit different color as well. I'm not doing a very good job over there, but you know what I can do is I can come back and with the white reveal, so reveal that yellow in this area that I don't want that orange again. But I think I need a better brush. I think let's go fix that. In the brushes, see, I'm using this paper watercolor. I can use something that it's more opaque. I don't know, maybe I don't want to use it. Just from the basics, we can use just a round brush. And now it should help me fix this a little bit better. So you can start seeing the yellow again. I'm in the mask. Okay, the other thing I can do is I can come back in my layer, my control, select the layer and make sure I get the right color, and the bucket tool, and fill this again. You can do that too. Okay, I kind of like these. There's probably other flowers I will have to change around here to get a little bit better color story for this pattern, but the process is the same. So let's change this dark one here to something more like that same yellow. So I go to the other symbol that I have, and this one, right? Where is this? Okay, so this one specifically, let's make sure it's this one here. So I want to go in and I want to select that one just like I did. Go to make sure I'm in that layer, go to my selection, make a fun selection around here. Close as I can, and then the same thing, add a new layer, fill that layer with the bucket tool, fill that layer with my yellow color, then escape to release that selection. Now I can go into my specific pixel layer. Actually, you can erase these little bits, you don't want that, and erase these little bits. Just clean it up as good as you can. And let's say this is good enough. Of course, I would, if this is something that I'm going to send to the licensing company, I'll spend a little bit more time on it. But and then I don't remember, I think what I did on this last one was change it to screen overlay. I think it was a screen lighten. Oh, sometimes the color works as well. Let's see. And sometimes, oh, that's ugly. Or the hue. Okay, so let's go back to my other symbol and see what I did there. This layer is a screen layer, and it looks like it's a little bit darker color, but it's okay because I think as long as it's within that same colorway, it'll work for a second color story. And then okay, so added screen, and then go hue, saturation, and lightness, and then usually reduce the lightness a little bit. I don't want to change the color, so just put it back to 0. I think I had, yeah, I think it's starting to look more like a different, completely different color story. Kind of like that yellow. I don't want it so dark. I'm just playing around, seeing what other colors I can get from that. Oh, that's pretty. But I want to stay within this yellow so that it matches. And the other thing you can do sometimes, I just go and copy the color. Just copy these. It's 16 minus 29. To click on it, 16 minus 29, and around 16, and it gives me something very close. So now the other thing that I want to do is, now I have my mask layer. Make sure it's masking this new layer that I created for the color, for the new color. Yeah, and then just the same way I can just use the black color to conceal my yellow in that specific area, so that I can have a fun center. The center stays the same, similar. Okay, starting to look like a second color story. So I will do the same with some of the other flowers, like this purple flower. I may do the same selection and do it maybe more pink, or maybe even this other flower. Try to make it a little bit more, a little bit more yellow as well. So that's the process actually that I use to create 3 different color stories. So this is, let's say, the original one. It's color story number 1, and then that's the original color, right? Then the yellow, it's my color story number 2, and then let's do maybe it's already orange, so pink, red, purples. Don't have an idea for a different color story right now, but maybe let's do like a blue and see if that would, something like that would work. Usually I have an idea of what are the different color stories based on the theme. If I want it to feel like it's a summer color pattern, or if or spring pattern. So let's do that. Let's try that blue color and see what it does. Make the selection. I'm in the right pattern, and now I'm in that specific layer. So I just want to make sure, control, click on it so I know which one it is. and then just use the bucket and change that color. Ooh, then it gives me these other purples, so that could be my third color story. So let's do the same in this other one. Control select. This is a different one. I don't want to use that one because it's a little bit outside, so I want to select this one that it's inside. Here's my color layer, and then the same, control select, and then I have that layer selected. Use the bucket, and ooh, it's pretty, but I will try to make it a little bit more purpley now. Yeah, okay. And then this could be a third colorway for my collection. So I would have this purpley pink, the bright orange original one, and then the yellow. So that would be my 3 colorways for my pattern, and that's how I usually recolor a lot of my watercolor flowers.